BLKICE Chronicles massive. This is Crazy D. As you see, we're in Las Vegas, Nevada. And you see the sign says Nevada for Obama. BLKICE Chronicles. BLKICE Chronicles massive. This is crazy. I'm standing here with Jesse and Aisha Tyler. They are repping for President Obama 2012. So in your interview earlier, you were speaking on education. So I want to tie in to the people who are interested in getting into the entertainment film, entertainment field, if it be acting, singing, dancing, whatever type of entertainment they're into. Talk about the importance of finishing high school and then going on to college, because there's an A and B point.
Well, for me, I mean, it's absolutely imperative. It's incredibly important not only to get your degree, to finish school. That is, people sometimes separate school from then you have the real world. School is absolutely part of the real world. We're still a student right now, right? Like, we're constantly absorbing new information, and school gives you some of the tools to put in your toolbox to walk around and be ready for what's going to happen next. Be ready to solve conflicts, to problem solve, to deal with whatever it may come, but also to have, what my father always taught me, I remember about, don't stress about one career or locking yourself into one career, because people shift careers 6 times. Average people shift careers 6 times in their life. Your interests change. The world changes around you. If you were interested in tech or graphics or music producing, how to do that completely changed. Film was one of my majors. I was an African American Studies major and a film major. How we learned how to edit film in school is completely obsolete right now. You can't use it. I have no skills that are useful in that field. You have to upgrade, constantly upgrade and update yourself. But school is absolutely part of life. I was tempted to drop out of college several times and jump into some other game. And I just decided to stick with it because I know it wasn't going to come back. You constantly trick yourself into thinking you're going to leave and then you'll just come back later and get it done. Knock it out now. For me, that was my experience. Everybody has a different experience. I think, you know, whether that is if you're interested in writing or being an entertainer of some sort, or a journalist, or being even an athlete, we all need backup plans. It doesn't mean you don't have faith in your first plan. That doesn't mean you don't believe in what you're working on to have a backup plan. It means you're protecting yourself. Okay, you get insurance on your house and your car. You make sure you have enough food for the week. That's all that is just making sure you're ready in case something happens. All right, that's all that is. It's not a sign of weakness or lack of faith in yourself. It's just being prepared and investing in yourself.
I had a similar experience. I went to college before I started my entertainment career. It is the most valuable thing I did for my career. What people see is the glitz and the glamour, what's on screen. What they don't realize is that most of us are running a business. We have employees, we have a variety of people who work for us. And everything I learned in school about how to make smart decisions, about how to analyze information, about how to make right choices, about how to value other people and their abilities, came out of my collegiate experience. And so I run a business, and that level-headedness and that time that I had to figure out who I was, not just personally, but also in terms of who I was as an intellectual, in terms of my reading ability, how to interpret the world. I use those skills every day. Beyond that, every day you see these people who think they're at the top of the world, right? So-and-so from a reality show, walking down the red carpet, riding off in a Bentley. 2 years later, those people are living in their parents' basement because they don't have skills. They have nothing but that pretty look, and people get sick of that. People who have longevity in our business, they're business people, they're smart, they know how to zig when things are zagging, they know how to build a plan for longevity. And this business is about hard work and it's about talent, but beyond that there's an element of luck. And what you need are the skills to weather those low periods, because it's not if they come, it's when they come. And if you look at even a big star, for example, let's take John Travolta. He had a long period of downtime. Yep. If you don't have skills to pay the bills during that period, you end up working in, look, I don't want to be hardcore, but Gary Coleman was working in a mall, and everybody's like, ooh, you know, there's, what you talk about, Willis? being a good guard at the mall. Well, that's because he had no other skills but that acting life. So go get your degree. You want to build a business, you want to beat, as my father said when I was a little girl, either you develop a marketable product or you become the marketable product. So control your own marketable product. Don't let other people control you, because then you will have no way of driving your career and driving your future. Get that education. Do not mess around.
So let's tie this into the election. Don't forget to vote early, October 20th. Early vote begins. And if you can't get there early vote, get there November 6th. Now let's back up. Let's ask this question. Tie that into the election and the contrast between the two candidates as far as the value of education, cutting Pell Grants, etc. Who wants to start?
Well, if we're talking about education, why is it difficult for some people to have access to education? Why is it difficult for high school students, if they can make it through, to really feel like college is a real possibility? Usually that is financial, usually that is access. What our president, Barack Obama, has done is, under the attack of Pell Grants, they're trying to get rid of them, make the interest rates balloon to make it completely prohibitive to borrow money to go to school. He's extended those Pell Grants. He's made health care available to you while you are still in school. Up through being 26 years old, you could be on your parents' health insurance. Those are two incredibly costly obstacles to furthering your education. He is clearly focused on being about putting you in a better position to succeed. His goal being having America return to having the highest proportion of college graduates and innovation, creating and sustaining American ingenuity, which gives you and the people around you opportunities for income, for improving your lives and moving around in society and functioning at a high level. I would also add, and we talk about, when I say education, I do mean traditional forms of education, but let's not also follow that blindly. It is about a degree. It's about you educating yourself on whatever subjects interest you in or around your life. So that the internet now is a huge education tool. There are a lot of MIT, Stanford, a lot of schools are providing Harvard, free curriculum for you online to study classes. What is it you're interested in? Figure it out. Find a way online to learn more about it. This society has never experienced more access to information than ever before. There's literally no excuse for you not to know something that you have interest in. But I was always taught, if you don't know, find out. There's a way to do that now that we absolutely could not have said 5-10 years ago.
Yeah, I think now the motto should be, it used to be, if you don't know, act like you know. Now it's, if you don't know, you better go learn about it.
That's right.
And I would just say that this president has always, from day one, made education a priority, not just with words, but with deeds and with actions. When I was young, I came from a working-class family. There was a period of my life where we had nowhere to live. When it was time for me to go to college, it was never a question in my mind whether I was going to go. And it was because I had access to government grants that enabled me to pay for school. And we know with a certainty that education is the single topmost indicator for upward mobility in our society. Education makes you powerful, education makes you free, education gives you opportunity and options. And you look around your community, there are people with no options. Opportunity is provided by education. Education gives you those options. And this is the only president who's dedicated himself to making sure those options are available to everybody, poor people, working class people, people of color. The other guy said, if you can't afford college, borrow the money from your parents. But we all know what kind of a ridiculous, oblivious statement that is when you're speaking to people who are worried about the food on the table. Apparently all of us have hidden trust funds that we knew nothing about until this president alerted us, the presidential candidate alerted us to it. Barack Obama is about providing opportunity to all Americans, not just the rich Americans, not just white Americans, all of America, including that 47% that Romney dismissed in that speech. So if you care about education for yourself, for your family, for the people around you, if you care about uplifting your community, there's only one presidential candidate to vote. And that's Barack Obama.
And that's it. So I would like to thank Aisha Tyler for Talk. Tune in. Don't forget Jesse Williams, Grey's Anatomy. Tune in. And you've been watching Crazy Dig with these two excellent human beings about the people, like President Obama is about the people. Early vote, October 20th. Come down here, vote. Last day to register. We're beyond that now. So October 20th, early vote. November 6th, get out and vote. And that's it. The BLKICE Chronicles.
Welcome to TTV! TV's Real Crib.
I said, let's come together and reinvent the dying auto industry. And now it's back on top of the world. We created more than 500,000 new manufacturing jobs. So now you've got a choice. We can keep giving tax breaks to companies that ship jobs overseas, or we can reward companies that are opening new plants and hiring new workers right here in Nevada. That's what I want to help big factories and small businesses export more. We can create 1 million new manufacturing jobs, but you're going to have to vote to make it happen.
BLKICE Chronicles Massive. You know, I just had to document this for history. This is the people for President Obama. And what's so interesting about this crowd is you see a diverse group of people. That's a true representation of what America really is. It's about the people. And that's what President Obama's campaign is about the people being the change that they want to see. So that's it. And we'll be back. BLKICE Chronicles.
Right now, there are millions of students who are paying less for college because we took away billions of dollars that were going to banks, and we said, let's give them directly to students. So now you've got a choice. We can gut our investments in education like Governor Romney wants to do to pay for more tax breaks for the wealthy. Don't move. Or we can decide here in Nevada and here in the United States of America, no child should have a dream deferred because of an overcrowded classroom. No family should set aside a college acceptance letter because they don't have the money. No company should have to look in some other country because they can't find the workers they need with the right skills here at home. So Nevada, I need you to help me recruit 100,000 new math and science teachers, improve our early education system, create 2 million more slots in the community colleges so workers can get trained for the new jobs that are out there right now. Help us work with colleges and universities to keep tuition down. That's a goal we can meet together. You can choose that future for America, but if we're going to do that, what do you need to do?
Frame up is going to be better.
BLKICE Chronicles Situations.
Election. You hear how important every election is, but this one will make a difference, not just for the next 2 years or 4 years, but for a generation, because it's going to determine which direction the country goes. I believe that the president's philosophy of we're all in this together and a rising tide lifts all ships is much better than the Romney philosophy, which is you're on your own.
Okay, my last question. Tell the viewers the importance of having President Obama in office, especially with there potentially being 2 to 4 Supreme Court justices being appointed this time around or within the next 4 years span.
Well, I was honored to serve with President Obama in the 111th Congress, and many people say that was one of the most productive Congresses in history. Together, we worked to get the Affordable Care Act. We got Lilly Ledbetter, which gave women equal pay for equal work. We moved forward on the energy agenda. We turned this economy around. We got a ways to go, but it's certainly doing better than going back to the old ways. Now, you know the president gets to make a lot of appointments. His cabinet appointments are important because they set the tone for policy, but certainly appointments on the Supreme Court make a difference, because the Supreme Court will make very important decisions like whether the health care bill is legal, rights of women are protected, civil liberties are protected, and one of the big issues going before the courts these days are voter suppression issues, where states are trying to pass laws to keep people from voting, which turns back the Voting Rights Act of 1965. So his appointment of judges who will be fair and open and progressive will make a difference.
Welcome to TC's Real Crib!
BLKICE Chronicles Massive. This is Crazy D. You see I'm doing my civic duty, making sure that we register people to vote in Las Vegas for basically I'm an Obama volunteer for the Obama campaign. And we're making sure that we register people to vote. So we have the cards and we're doing our civic duty. As you see, the buttons on the stickers on my chest, letting you know what we're all about here. So if you haven't volunteered for the Obama campaign and you want to make sure that he gets in office, get out there, go to the Obama offices in your state, in your city, and make sure that you get the information, get the training necessary to get out there and do it. I've always been a registrar of voters since I was in Ohio, since I was 19, 20 years old. And so this is what I do. So, and I did it for Kerry, I did it for Gore, Kerry, for all the others, and why wouldn't I go on ahead and do it for President Obama? So that's it. The BLKICE Chronicles.
You know, I made this point down in Florida the other day, and Governor Romney heard me say, you can't make change just from Washington. And somehow he got all excited about this. He changed his speech. He said, I'm going to make change from the inside. And it got me thinking, what kind of inside job is he talking about? He's talking about the inside job where outsourcers are writing the tax code? Is he talking about the inside job where oil companies are writing the energy plan and health insurance companies are writing the insurance plans? And, you know, is he talking about the inside job where a bunch of men in Washington decide women can't make their own health care decisions? Because if that's the inside job he's talking about, we don't want it. We don't need it. Change is only going to happen when ordinary Americans, that's right, working together with their elected representatives, make all our voices heard. I still believe we've got more in common than anybody understands. I believe in you, and I ask you to keep on believing in me. I'm asking you to stand with me. And if you stand with me and work with me, we will win Clark County again. We'll win Nevada again. We'll win this election again. We'll finish what we started, and we'll remind the world why the United States of America is the greatest